Well, hello everyone. Happy Friday. We have survived. We made it to the weekend, baby. And this your girl, Miss Sophia, the Diva. And I just felt like hopping on here for a few seconds. This week I posted something that I got from, who did I get that from? Oh, it was on Instagram, and it was Marc Lamont Hill. And he posted something that really got a lot of traction and traffic on my personal page, which due to the logarithm that Facebook currently has, you just don't know who's posting when. And now they do these group posts where Audrey and so-and-so now posted. So you go look at it and you're like, oh, okay, these are the people who posted. So anyway, the notification system sucks. Facebook overall, I don't know. They don't know who or what they want to be. I'm like, you can't be Twitter, you can't be Snapchat, and you can't be Instagram all in one. But they try though. You just can't. So what happened, I posted this thing, 8 so-called positive phrases that have an undertone of hating. Now, some of these are not problematic to me, but overall, any 8, in the manner in which they are delivered and from whom they are delivered, can make it problematic and also be laced with hate. So I'm just going to name them off real quick because I'm looking to the right to my actual laptop. So number 1, I want to be like you when I grow up. When I say it, I mean it. Okay, I'm just going to say that. When I say, oh, girl, I want to be like you when I grow up. Dude, I want to be like you when I grow up. Okay. And I get this a lot because y'all know I started out doing stand-up comedy. I still consider myself a comic, but, what's up, big time? Or what's up, Hollywood? Because I was Hollywood at one time. I was living in L.A. doing my damn thing, Or people, this one, must be nice. That's how I often hear it delivered, okay? And then number 4 is, you lucky. Or they can say, oh, you lucky. Number 5, I could have been doing some of the same things, but I had responsibilities. We all got responsibilities. What the fuck that mean? Okay. Number 6, this one I hate. Anytime I hear the word little in something, I know it's laced with hate. They say, how's your little business doing? Ain't nothing little about anything that anyone is doing. We are all trying to do big things. We just have to start out small, okay? Then people say, oh, it's really not that hard. Is it? Is it not? Okay. And then number 8 doesn't bother me at all either. Like I said, it all depends on where it comes from. Don't forget about me when you blow up. One thing about Diva will never ever forget about those people who actually supported me in my craft, in my time of need. And but some of these, y'all just need to be very mindful about the shit that comes out your mouth. I'm just gonna be real about that. Sometimes people say stuff and I think it's just in their nature to say shit, and I'm just like, all of us have our own purpose that we're called to in life. Just because you're not acting on it, just because you're not motivated to be on it, doesn't mean that the rest of us are going to sit back and sit around and not be great, okay? But when I tell people I want to be like you when I grow up, that's no joke. And quite frankly, even at 44 years old, I'm starting to realize I'm still not really an adult because I don't feel like it. And I'm pivoting in life. Like, I'm finding out that there are just certain things I thought I wanted in life that I really just don't want anymore. What's up, big time Hollywood? Yeah, I got that, because I lived in Hollywood. Y'all, for those of you before social media really blew up, would get an email about all the exciting things that I had going on when I was in Hollywood. It's called the Hollywood Diva. It was kind of really only my own blog, but it was internal. I would send from my Yahoo to all my friends and family just to let them know that I was okay. Because Hollywood is a scary place. And if you're doing big time of things, people probably will refer to you as that. But the thing with must be nice and you lucky, some people take offense to you're lucky, but to me, it just all depends on, what it is. And some people commented, I get it. It's not about luck. It's about hard work. It's about being, and as a Christian, to me personally, it's also about being faithful and taking those steps and doing what it is that God is directing you to do. Quite frankly, that's how I see it. It's not about luck. It's about blessings being poured upon and being obedient, in my opinion. When I heard, I went through and listed them, but now we're going to really talk about them more in depth. Number 5, I could have been doing the same thing, but I got responsibilities. Again, as I stated previously, we all have responsibilities and things we got to do. And I anchored that because I recall someone at one point saying to me and another friend that single people have it made, or single people with no kids or children have it made. We don't, because we have responsibilities just like you. And quite frankly, quiet as kept, let me tell you something. Shout out to all of my friends, and I'm gonna name one specific that I see all day, every day doing the damn thing. And that's my little sis Dobby. Davi got a whole ass family. Okay, she married with 2 children, working full time, going to school part time, doing a damn thing. And you can't tell me that you got kids or you got children and that's keeping you back from doing what it is you need to do to be great or to be successful at some dream or some goal that you're trying to reach. So, take that out of your vocabulary. It could have been me. It can always be you. We see stories all the time about people overcoming adversities. My line sister is one person that I truly admire in life. And I may have never told her this, but to know her beginning and to know where she is going right now, Shalana, you are amazing. You are one of my sheroes in life. And the reason why I say that, and it's no secret, it was published in Tulsa World. Shalana had a child at 15 years old, okay? Got into the University of Tulsa, and that was a big thing, because I think Shalana, she went to Booker T. I think she graduated from Booker T. I might be wrong. Don't shoot me, Shalana, because I don't remember. But, academically, this girl achieved everything, and she did it practically on her own, and now she's a business owner. As a matter of fact, she's got multiple businesses. So don't tell me that because you had some other responsibilities in life that you can't do something, okay? So don't say that to people who are doing it. Stop standing on the sidelines and get in the motherfucking game, okay? Just do it. People used to ask me a lot of times, why was I out here posting these outfits and stuff I used to do all the time back in the day? Because at one point I wanted to be a fashion stylist. I felt like I had style and taste. My friends had big upped me and let me know that I had style and taste. Now I do look back at some of them photos and I'm like, y'all should have told me don't wear that no more. But either way, you gotta take steps to get to what it is that you want to do and what you want to be great. I admire a lot of people, but I'm also doing my own thing too. Like I said, right now, I'm pivoting. I'm pivoting. How's your little business doing? How's your little something doing? Oh, I see you in your little car. Oh, I see. Why y'all say that? Why do y'all say that? What happened to you? Why are you so evil and would say such demeaning things to people like that? Some of us are not doing little things. We're doing big things. We're doing great things that have started out small. We have the faith of a mustard seed to actually believe that we can succeed, okay? So don't worry about it. If you want to stay small and do your little thing over there, keep that negativity out of my aura, my presence, my face. No one wants to hear that, okay? To this day, I remember I had a family member ask, I remember when I first moved to LA, I had a 1999 Mazda Protege. And I still remember to this day that thing, because I was thinking to myself, what? Like, who randomly says that to someone? And so anyway, it was my car. It was paid for. And, I'm one of them people, I would drive a car till the wheels fall off, which actually when I traded in my Solar, it kind of almost did, because they said the axle was broken and any day it could go. But, she was like, why are you driving that raggedy car? Girl, I just graduated from law school and I am now $200 and some thousand in student loan debt. I ain't got no fallback plan. I'm out here doing it on my own because my mom and daddy can't support me. So, things like that. People will say shit like that. Even your shady ass family members, they'll say shit like that. Then people will say it's really not hard to do. That's funny. If it's so easy, why are you not doing it? That's my counter to it. Okay. If it's so easy, why are you not doing it? Oh my God, it's not that hard. It's a very dismissive thing, but it's also one of those things where they kind of wish they could do it too. I'm just saying. And honestly, they wrote a song about it. Yes, Stuart, that's why I need to get a big payoff. Yes, I'm actually $250,000 in student loan debt. That's why I keep praying for Joe Biden to come pooch through and forgive my student loan debt. Or if any of you are watching this video, feel free to drop something in my Cash App, because I will be publishing this on my YouTube and my Instagram. But feel free to drop something in my Cash App. That is $Diva 1977. Team 1977. DIVA 1977. Holla. Anyway, don't forget about me when you blow up. It all depends on who's is coming from for me. I'm definitely never going to forget about the people who helped me and supported me. And there are so many of you. Some of you have supported me more so than others. But I will never forget the people that showed me kindness. And, I love my friend. I know. Thank you. He said if he hit the lotto, I'm going to be blessed. Hallelujah. But it's just one of those things where I won't forget about you. I will never forget about the people that helped me. And I may not even talk to some of the people that have helped me. It's not because I don't want to talk to them. That's the other thing. I may not talk to you every day, but as long as we didn't have some massive falling out, we always going to be good. I don't care if it's been 5 years since I talked to you or seen you. If I call you up or if you call me up, it's no problem. Okay? But, then there are others that I'm like, you opportunistic parasite. I will definitely forget about you because you have done nothing. You did not come to a show. You did not give words of encouragement. You did not drop something in the till. You were not supportive. So please, don't ever fix your mouth to say that to somebody that you have not been there for. Now, also, the snakes will reveal themselves time and time again. When you get ready to grow and elevate, sometimes the tree gets shaken and friends will fall away, or people that you thought were your friends. So hopefully before you make it to big time and you are Hollywood and you make it and blow up, hopefully those people will fall away. Lord knows we all probably wish that God rest her soul. Selena has seen that her enemy, her Judas, was standing right there, honey, and was ready to strike. Okay. But that's all I really want to talk about. Mental health wise, I do hope that everyone out there is still taking care of themselves. I know some of us are still in isolation. Some of us are still, I personally, I find it fascinating how so many people were so resistant to wanting to be at home. And I understand part of the why. But at the same time, if they told you to stay in because the virus would burn your skin and your flesh would just fall off, would you stay in the house then too? I mean, I guess because it's just like you can't see or feel it. It's not affecting you. So what do you care? But we still need to be safe. We still need to be cautious. I know a number of my friends and family have gone out and got the vaccine. They're vaccinated. And you know, that's your choice, and I don't discourage anyone from doing it. But I still want to advise any of you who are out here running around without masks, because the mask mandates now is, they say anyone who has been vaccinated does not have to wear a mask inside. I'm gonna wear a mask wherever I go because there are variants coming. I think there's something called Delta coming. COVID Delta is coming from across the seas, and we don't know what it's going to do. It could be more aggressive than this initial wave that we've had. The death tolls are still rising. 600,000 people have died from COVID or complications caused by COVID. I am a survivor of the COVID virus. My symptoms, as I have said in a few videos before, were very, very mild. But that's probably because I was on a protocol. God is good also. And, you know, it's just one of those things where it all depends on how you've boosted and built your immune system. And I do that. And I take a lot of supplements, and I now embrace the sun a lot. One of the things people don't realize, especially black people, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of us avoid the sun because we already got melanated enough. But now I'm like, I'm sun-kissed. Give me my 20 minutes in the sun so I can get my vitamin D. Okay. But, you know, just be safe out there. I strongly encourage y'all to wear a mask. I mean, unless you know everybody in the house been vaccinated. But vaccinated does not mean that you cannot catch it. The whole point of being vaccinated is to prevent you from getting the horrors of it, to end up on a ventilator, to end up in the hospital, to end up 6 feet deep being carried away. Okay, that's the whole point. Hey, Crystal, how are you? You know, that's the whole point of it. It's not just, because I mean, I was vaccinated my sophomore year of college. Guess who caught chickenpox? Me. So, oh, thank you, sis. My sis said that green looked good on me, girl. Skiwi, you know I'm a lady of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, founded in 1908. Our current vice president is also a member. She pledged the Alpha chapter at Harvard University. Oh, God. Anyway, but, you know, vaccinated. I was vaccinated. I had my booster shots. And, you know, I still caught chickenpox. But guess what? Mine was very mild. That's all. It would be a mild case. So, you know, y'all be safe, because I be out here, folk be looking at me like I'm crazy, because I walk down, I'm in my apartments are internal doors. Baby, every time I go out, I got a mask on, and I see some of my neighbors, every time they go out, they got a mask on in the hallway, because, I mean, we just don't know. In the beginning, when the virus first came, I was walking out through the halls with no problem. But now, I'm just like, I'm going to put a mask on, because I caught this shit. You know, and it wasn't bad, because, I mean, thank God I didn't have to worry about work at the time, because I was on leave at the time. But, I mean, it's still scary because you don't know what could happen when you're there. And it was also a very lonely experience as well, too, because here in Atlanta, I really don't have a lot of connections, because when I was broke ass, I really couldn't get out and meet people. And now that I got, you know, I'm doing a little bit better, just a little bit, just smidge better. You know, I can go out and treat myself about once a week, you know, and now I can't be social because we have a virus that's out here plaguing us. So, you know, it was just a lonely, isolating experience. It was just me and my dog. And then I thank God for the pandemic, because I discovered some things about myself that I can actually do. Stuart is one of my first clients. Stuart, if you're still watching, will you tell people, how are your plants really doing? Because Stuart is one of my good friends from high school. We go all the way back to high school. And he asked me about plants, because y'all know I am the crazy plant lady, as my friend Rosemary refers to me. But I have become the plant lady, and I'm totally into my plants. I've had a couple of heartbreaks recently here in the past couple of days. My eucalyptus plants, I don't think they're gonna make it. I tried to save them. They dry, but the leaves aren't falling off. So I said, well, that might be a good sign if the leaves still holding on, huh? But anyway, the Boston plant lady, I think, what is she called? The Boston plant stylist is going to try to help me with my eucalyptus. She's going to do a little research. I'm going to put some in her tail. But I think I'm going to become a plant consultant and plant stylist myself. So anyway, Stuart says she had me in the streets buying that green plants that is, and they are still living. Amen. Because the mother-in-law tongue, or as I call them, snake plants, but I realize I think the snake plants are more like an aloe vera, a succulent or something. But anyway, the first plant anybody should get, so if you don't want to have your first heartbreak, just get your snake plant. Okay, it's a very nice plant. You can pretty much ignore it. Okay. And you don't have to do much to it, but water it about once a month. And Stuart went out and got that. But Stuart, you also, I think you went out and got something that might be a little challenging, and that's Chinese evergreens. If y'all seen my plants that I post from time to time, a lot of them are pink and green. They're very beautiful. And one of mine's almost kicked. I bought it from Walmart. By the way, Walmart is one of the worst and best places to buy plants. Now, I am not at expert level. I consider myself to be at intermediate level right now with plant care. And one of the things I learned was how to, if you have a plant that has root rot, you triage it. You soak it for about 10 minutes in fungicide. You wash it off, dry it off, iodine it down, and then put it in new soil. I did that with one of my Chinese evergreens that I bought from Walmart that was showing signs of stress. And yeah, I was like, why is it leaning like that? Because it's in fresh soil. But the top came off, and I said, but then I read that I can put it in water, so it's now in water. So hopefully it will make it. Y'all pray for one of my pink and green Chinese evergreens. We pray that it make it in the name of Jesus. Amen. That it starts to sprout roots from the little stock I was able to save. Another easy plant that people don't talk about a lot is the wandering Jew or the creeping purple. I have one. Y'all seen him. His name is Prince Rogers Nelson. He's purple and green. He's beautiful. And he pretty much just needs to be watered once a month. I think I ain't watered him about 6 weeks though, but he was fine. He just sit there, and then the vines just grow. They're easy to propagate. Another plant that I have found that is somewhat easy to care for, but I wouldn't recommend this for new plant owners, is prayer plants. I love calatheas. I have 6 of them now. Somebody had me buying plants from IKEA of all places. I'm going through IKEA asking for plants in the supply in the back. Pure insanity. And that's another thing I will tell good people. If you have an IKEA near you, some of my best plants have come from IKEA. I killed multiple aloe veras that I bought from Lowe's and Home Depot and even Aldi. And it wasn't until I went to IKEA and got them. And they just live. It's amazing, because I was about to give up on aloe, and I like having aloe on hand because it's good for your skin. It's good for smoothies, And so anyway, I have 2 from IKEA, and they're doing just fine. I've repotted them. But one of the things I like about IKEA and buying plants from IKEA is that whomever their vendors are, they actually put the plants in the proper soil. Succulents and things like aloe vera and all of that, they need sand. They need sand in the soil mix. Not all sand, but they need sand to survive. And it works. Plus, they need good drainage. That's what aloes only need to be watered maybe every 4 to 5 weeks, because they're made up mostly of water anyway. People don't forget that, and that's a mistake that many plant parents make. If you Google, do the research, join some of these plant groups, you might be able to survive. Google Lens is your friend. There are other apps you can get, which is Plantain and Picture This and all that, but they want to charge a sister. So I found out through plant groups, Google Lens works. They don't always get it right, but you can figure out between the 2 or 3 choices they give you what you got. Okay. What else do I have in my collection? Apothos. They say that's not hard to kill. Mine was showing sign of stress. I have a golden pothos that I got from IKEA. All I needed to do was move it a little further away from indirect sunlight. It was right by my patio door. So now it just sits on one of my coffee tables. I mean, not coffee table, but side tables. That's a little further. It's doing fine. Her name is Chaos. I also have a thing for Peperomia plants. A lot of people don't like them. They're temperamental. If you water them wrong, they will die. If you underwater them, they'll die. I mean, but I think I own, I don't know how many I own in that family, but it's quite a few because I love them, because I finally figured out what to do. What else do I have? I have a Birkin. What is this called? Philodendron, Prince of Orange. I have 2 Birkins. I think I have about 50 house plants. I've got corn plants. Who else? Zebra plants. They will break your heart. I will tell you, don't ever buy those unless you're a little bit more expert. Do not buy crotons if you don't know what the hell you're doing. In the plant groups, they're called the bald-headed bitches, along with the fiddle fig leaf. That's what they call them, the bald-headed bitches. One day they good, next day thing you know, they just, they just die. It's like, oh, we gone. Okay, you just, what the fuck? Wow, the leaves fall off. But one of the things I found, you need to water them about every 2 to 3 days. That's the secret. And make sure that the lighting, and you have to rotate your plants. You have to rotate them because not everybody's getting light. Another temperamental plant, Transcantia Nanook, the pink and green plant I bought from Hey Rooted. It's doing better, but I'm still not pleased with that purchase, and that is nothing against Hey Rooted. They're temperamental plants. But my other purchase from Hey Rooted, my Golden Jewel Orchid, is doing quite well. As a matter of fact, it sprouted a couple more leaves, and I said, I think maybe I missed a couple of leaves. Birds of Paradise, that's a real easy one to take care of. I don't like buying peace lilies, but peace lilies are a hot plant for plant lovers. I personally don't want to buy one myself. And unfortunately, when people usually get them, it's usually because of the passing of a loved one. But they're very easy to take care of. If they need to be watered, they will faint. If you just put them in some water and let them sit and think about why the heck are you acting out, they'll come back, But the key things to plant care is this. When you first bring your plants home, quarantine them. Get you some Neem Oil and some in a spray bottle and some water, and mix the solution together as it tells you to, and spray all of your plants down with Neem oil, because you don't know what you're bringing home. One of the things that loves to attack plants is aphids. They love to eat up your plants. Okay, if that happens, gnat issues. People complain about gnats in the group. One key way to minimize gnats: when you're cooking your eggs, you crack an egg. Throw the eggshells inside of your watering can or whatever it is you're watering. Put a little water in it and just mix it and let the eggshells just stay at the bottom. That will minimize that. It won't keep them completely away. If you want to keep gnats away, get you a catchy. They're really hot. They're sold on Amazon. They're about $30-some. I personally ordered the BOGO plan from Catchy. I still haven't gotten mine. The sale was so hot they had to write and tell me we had to order some more. So yours is coming in the next segment. But I said, okay, you know what? I need my Catchy. But my gnat problem isn't that bad. I'm trying to think what else. I have alocasia. I have an elephant ear. His name is Evan. I'm so happy to have gotten him. They call him the African mask. Beautiful plant, doing quite well. But they do things that I didn't know that they did. It's called gestation. If they are overwatered, they will let out that excess water. It's like your plant is crying. So, kind of lay something down around that in case that happens. But you know what? Maybe one night we'll have a plant discussion. We'll do a full-fledged, because there's so many more plants I could talk about, because I have a lot. I have a lot. But Stuart, stick to the basics. Let me know how your Chinese evergreens are doing. But definitely a pothos, definitely the snake plant, or the mother-in-law tongue as they're sometimes referred. The pilea, the Chinese money plant, is also supposed to be easy to care. I just got my first one at Little. I paid $6 for it. It's actually doing really well. I like the way it looks. Another plant people don't talk about that you can neglect too, but they just won't give you a lot of flowers. African violets. Perfect house plants. You can neglect their asses. My failures, aloe. Apparently eucalyptus plants. Lavender, because lavender plants cannot just sit they actually need to be put in the ground. That's the only way they'll thrive. So that's a lesson learned. But I bought lavender plants because they help keep mosquitoes off the balcony. Marigolds and we don't get along, but I just figure they're so cheap. I just buy a new round every 2 to 3 weeks, because they keep mosquitoes away too, and they make the balcony look pretty. One thing I will never buy again are the Asiatic lilies. What I did not know about the Asiatic lilies is that they only bloom once and then it's over and done with. Thankfully, I bought mine from Lowe's and Home Depot. I took them heifers back because I was like, I need flowers 24/7 on my balcony. And the best thing to do is hibiscus. They bloom all year long. What is it about the core? You forgot to tell me that. I'm looking for the neem oil right now. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me go grab what it is that I use. Baby. Okay. So, this is your Neem's oil. They have it at every Home Depot, every Lowe's, every feed plant store you can think of. I personally, and then I just have a little water bottle. This is my fungicides, what I call it. You just put like probably about that much Neem's oil is what you'll need. Maybe even not even that much. And you fill it up with water and you spray your plants down all the way around. Just spray them down. For fertilizer, I use for my indoor plants, I personally use the liquid Miracle Grow for indoor plants. But I went to a hydroponic spot, which is one of my new favorite places now to go. The Atlantis Hydroponics and Gardens here in Atlanta turned me on to fish shit. Will your house smell fishy? No, it will not, because with the amount that you're going to use of this, it's nominal, okay? You just need a little drip drop. And I usually do them both together because you can use it with either one. And I put it in water, distilled water. I'm also going to be doing another fertilizing technique, which is banana water. You put the banana peels. This is a trick I'm learning, so I'm gonna test it out in one of my plants that, I probably would be okay I don't know. You can also check Walmart. I know a lot of people don't like Walmart, but Walmart actually has a better price point for some of this stuff, I'm finding out. Distilled water. Water your plants with distilled water or bottled water. There is too much chlorine and fluoride in the city water. Or one of the things I found out that people do, they let their water sit out overnight before they water their plants if you're going to use tap water. When you are using humidifiers, because a lot of the plants you're buying are tropical foliage, you want to use in your humidifier, you want to use distilled water. And the reason why is because distilled water will not cause that calcium buildup look that a lot of humidifiers get. That's why you don't put tap water in there. And I wouldn't even recommend putting just regular bottled drinking water in there, distilled water. And I have several. I don't use them consistently because I need to get the proper cording and stuff to wire everything. But I mean, being into plants, for me, it's therapeutic. It keeps me sane. Like I said, I work very hard. I'm stressed out all the time. Not stressed out, but I work a lot, so it's draining. But I enjoy what I do. Like today, I was just happily just typing away, talking on the phone to clients and blah, blah, blah. But then once I came down off of that high of working, I'm like exhausted, but I get revitalized. Like I watered all of my outdoor plants today. What else can I tell you? Distilled water, fish shit, Miracle Grow indoor food, Neem oil, quarantine, set them outside in the garage, wherever it is, or if you have a room where you can quarantine them, just spray them down. I personally recommend just spraying them down and setting them outside on your patio or balcony and just letting them set out overnight. And don't worry, ain't nothing gonna get them because the fungicide will keep a lot of stuff away. They don't like Neem oil. What else? What else did I have? But always be prepared for heartbreak. People complain about the Miracle Grow soil. I don't know where they're getting their Miracle Grow soil from. I personally like it. I also bought black gold peat moss for when I repot. And I also bought some coconut coir to help kind of do stuff with my plants. And there's something else I want to show you, Stuart, before, and whomever else is watching. Let me see if I can figure out which one of my plants has rocks at the bottom. My Calathea jungle velvet. Oh, pumpkin. So this is one of my babies. This is Jungle Boogie. This is a prayer plant. This is a Calathea. It is a tropical plant. So what I did is, and what people don't know, in order to create humidity, because they like humidity, and you don't want their roots to sit in water. Like I just watered this one today, so I'm not going to pull it out too much. Let me see. Here we go. So what you do is, and you can get rocks anywhere. And I hope y'all can see this. Stay there, baby. So I put rocks in the bottom so that not only will it keep it from sitting on the water, just put rocks in the bottom. Oh, you can see that? Yeah. These came from IKEA. I bought a thing of these from IKEA. And it just sits there and it doesn't really touch the bottom and you don't have to worry about it. I also got this planter from IKEA. These are my favorite planters. I love them. They're come from IKEA. But yeah, this is Jungle Boogie. When you touch him, he feels like velvet. So, but this is one of my prayer plants, one of my babies that I got from, what is this? Tropical Express ATL, black-owned plant company here in Atlanta. Try to support my black businesses as well. I believe she was $21.99. That's how much I paid. Now, yes, you could get it somewhere cheaper, but because I'm supporting my brothers and sisters, I'm willing to pay a little higher price, especially for a rare beauty like this, okay? So, and what it does, it creates humidity because plants need humidity. And if you're not going to do the humidifier, if you're not going to do the fan and humidifier, whatever, there are somebody even said put shot glasses or glass of water in between where the plants are to create humidity, and that'll help them. But if not, you get you a nice mister and you just spray the leaves, especially those zebra plants. If you choose to buy some, baby, they thirsty. Like, you have to water them about twice a day because they look like this all through the day. They're like, I'm a bird, I can fly. And the next thing you know, when they not happy, when they dry, they come down. This when you're like, okay, I gotta get you some more water. Then the leaves start to get crispy, crunchily. You gotta spray them down too. So, like I said, you have to have patience with your plants. And I'm also offering services to people who might need a plant setter. I would happily come water your plants and take care of them if you need them. Of course, you have to live in the city nearest me, and that is, you need to be in Cobb County, basically. But either way, that's all I've got. So y'all got my plant chat, and you got, don't be a hater, okay? What you need to do is figure out what happened to you, sweetie. And if you haven't figured it out, baby, you need to go down here to therapist. I have a wonderful therapist. He do telehealth appointments, okay? But I went in person the other day to see my therapist. I just feel like it's so much more. I like getting out too. But I went to go see my therapist in person. He has his own little private office. But Adriel Johnson, Dr. Adriel Johnson, I love him. He is amazing. So if you want his link, I will gladly hook you up with Dr. Adriel Johnson. Because if you got hate in your heart, you need to let it out. You need to let that go. And maybe love on a plant or something, or a dog or a cat. You need to find something to love on. I don't know. I don't know who hurt you, who broke you, and what happened to you. But if you guys say hating ass shit, just go be in a corner by yourself and think about what the hell it is you said. That would help, because you probably aren't even aware you're doing it. But if you start to notice that people become antisocial towards you, then that might be a sign that you are a hater, and you may have said some of the eight disrespectful, hateful things that people don't like to hear. Although, like I said, when I tell people when I grew up I want to be like you, it is coming from a place of sincerity. When I hear people say things like, hey, Hollywood, don't bother me. But when I hear things like little, that's a trigger for me. Or must be nice. Ooh, you so lucky. Oh my God, if I didn't have so much to do, I too could have been like you. We all got a path in life. We all got a purpose. And any time that you're not doing something that's aligned with your purpose, in the words, I can't pronounce her name, Anais Nin, you create suffering. And who wants to suffer for their whole life? Oh, God. So go be great. And if you're like me, tomorrow I will be on the hunt for my peacock rattan wicker chair. Okay. I'm not going plant hunting, but if I happen upon a plant, like my tribute that I want, I will buy it, because that's on my wish list, my plant wish list. I think that's all. But anyway, y'all have a great night. Stuart, hit me up if your plants start to feel distressed, and I'll try to walk you through what I've learned is in my year of becoming a plant lover. Because Lord knows I did not love plants for a long time because of what they did to me as a child. But either way, it's just in me. I was raised by my Aunt Betty, who was a great grower of all things garden, and then my Aunt Loretta. Both of them are resting peacefully, and hopefully maybe their souls are in heaven having a great time. But they were plant people, and so it's just ingrained in me to be a plant person as well. Not to mention a dog lover, because on my dad's side of the family, we all love dogs. Y'all know I got Miss Pumpkin. That's my baby. That's the number one baby. But my plants also, because she be looking at them like, you done bought another goddamn plant in this house. I see. She be hating on the plants, but she knows she my baby. Anyway, y'all make it a great night. Find me some blue Hawaiian elephant ears. You know what? Because that's one of the things I'm looking for, because this is another thing I learned. I didn't know that these were like bulbs that you could buy, because I really want the black elephant ears myself personally. So I found out where you can get them: Walmart, Lowe's, and Home Depot. And it's so, you have to kind of ask because sometimes you can't really find them. So, but I did find where they were, and so they just didn't have what I wanted because I'm one of them people. I like different. I like exotic, and I've always been that way. So if I can get, the unusual, I definitely will go for the unusual. And I know my sister Jennifer is excited. She bought the bulbs, and now her plants are now sprouting. It just takes time. Some people get upset and they're like, I bought my. It's gonna take about 2 or 3 months, sweetie. Sometimes more. It just depends on the environment. Is the bulb in shock? What kind of soil you got it in? You'll just have to be patient. Okay, it takes time, sugar. So don't just get mad, throw it away, and give it away. But yeah, definitely do that. And Stuart, I remember I did tell you that on the phone, but I think that wasn't clear. But yeah, when you first bring plant homes, you don't want to interact them with your other plants because you don't know what you're bringing home. But, just definitely spray them down with the fungicide mixture in a spray bottle. Keep it away from other plants. And, just let it sit out overnight. You should be fine. There could be nothing. If there is something in there, I suggest saving orange peels, lemon peels, limes, and grinding them up and just dropping them. But take plenty outside, because if something come up, you don't want it in your house. So just set it outside when you do that, because you testing to make sure that there's no friends in there. But yeah, the thing about pond water, if you have friends that have ponds and lakes by them, that actually is the better water. But just test the water to make sure that the pH is okay for your plants. But the nitrogen in there, because of the breakdown of the dying water life that's there, that's what really helps. Plants love nitrogen. That's it. They love nitrogen. And that's why fish shit works. My Calathea peacock hadn't sprouted a leaf since I had triaged it and saved it. And now I got new leaves sprouting, and I'm so happy. That's a really big deal for me. But anyways, that was fun. It's Friday, and I needed this. I kind of feel good now. I got to get up early. I got to take Miss Pumpkin to the groomer, because one of my little old lady friends that live in the building, who actually is from Omaha, Nebraska, who actually knows my whole family, and her name escapes me, but I know her Shih Tzu's name. It's Pixie. She was like, oh my God, Miss Pumpkin must be so hot. And I'm like, she's not hot. I don't like for her to have all her hair cut off, but we're going to cut off half tomorrow. And then of course I would post pictures of my baby. Anyways, y'all have a good night. And again, Stuart, if you need me, and any of you, if you want to talk plants, definitely let me know. I'll be happy to talk about what it is I've learned, because it is a learning and growing experience. You will have heartbreaks. When my Peperomia died, my very first one, I cried because I didn't know what happened. It's like all of a sudden my plant was fine, and then it wasn't. I watered it, and then it died. Oh, and as an AKA, is very insulting to me, the fact that I can't take care of ivies other than my Baltic English ivies that are on the balcony. The ones that's supposed to be in the house, them heifers die every time. I think I'm on like Ethel number 3 or 4. There's also a Nelly number 1 and 2. So I've given up that life. But I did see IKEA has ivies. So I'm going to buy an IKEA plant. And if it survives, then I'll know I just was buying the ivies from the wrong place. I should have been buying them from IKEA. I'll find out tomorrow when I make my trip to IKEA. I did say I wasn't going to buy no plants, huh? But if I see something, I'm going to get it. Good night. I'm Miss Sophia the Diva.